Hey everyone, Squee913 here, along with the Waddling Duck Clan. Of course, my advisor of agents, Annex.
Yes, hello.
My advisor of strategy, Sinolith.
Hola.
And my advisor of construction, Trippat.
I'm Mr. Popo.
And the Duke is running reconnaissance.
I don't understand what you mean. I'm right here.
So first things first, session 2. Honestly, I was thinking about this. Yeah, we still don't know a whole lot about what they intend to do. I figured by the end of the second session we'd at least have an idea where they were going with their strategy, but
Do we know what we intend to do?
Turtle.
Turtle. Turtle until we get fire arrows.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
pretty close, isn't it? It's a couple turns
Yeah, like
away.
Five turns away.
Okay, so we should have it by the end of the next session.
Assuming, yeah, depending on how many, turns we get. But the problem is, backing off for 5 turns. So here's the one problem we'll have. Is that right now, and, we're working on that, but right now, and even they were telling me too, our Bokobaya versus their medium boons without fire arrows is not going to go well.
No.
And if we just pull back our forces for 5 turns, they're going to know exactly why we're doing it. And it's almost like, do we just do that and then wait till we have the fire arrows and then attack, or do we keep the pressure on and then? But see, I'm afraid keeping the pressure on is just not going to do well for us. I'm still amazed they have so many medium boons. We need to pump out some medium boons of our own, and then.
Well, the thing is, they really have no idea when we're going to get fire arrows because they don't know what we research first, or even if we're going towards fire arrows.
I would think that they are pretty much assuming, considering how strongly we've been pushing the Navy.
True.
But we don't know for sure. Well, here's one thing that bugs me. Is, and I count this, because it was all smack talk. When we talk back and forth. Dantos, their advisor strategy, was saying that he's so curious to look at our funds to see how much money we have. Which strikes me as...
They're probably having their own problems.
That, or they don't, and they're wondering if we do. Now, see,
Yeah.
I don't know why. For some reason, I got the vibe that they're doing fine money-wise. But the only way that's possible is if they haven't been building as much as we have.
Yeah.
Which,
They could be saving up to get some more expensive units.
That's what I'm thinking. Which, in one sense, you would think, well, if we have a massive number advantage
Yeah,
right now...
if that's what they're doing, we might want to push now, but we have no idea of knowing if that's what they're doing.
Unless
extremely
actually,
risky.
here's what I was thinking. We right now outnumber their agents by about 5 to 1.
True. If you want to,
even if they made agents right before the session ended or at the start of the next session, they cannot be all made in cities right up at the front. And
Yep,
if I remember correctly, in fact, we have the picture somewhere. If I remember correctly, they have 1 or 2 agents up there right now, and it'll take some time to get the rest up there. If we sent a ninja or two just behind their lines to scout, to see what it looks like behind their lines.
yeah, I'd say do that because then we can know.
Well, here's what I'm actually thinking. Instead of attacking their front line, because you guys have been thinking this too, I assume, we have a huge disproportionate number of troops on the line.
We do.
Yeah.
And there's got to be a reason for that. They've either got to be holding back or they're not making them. Now, here's what I was thinking. We could try pushing forward, or if they aren't building, if they are trying to save to get better units, if we sent a unit behind their lines, we could do some serious damage. If not permanent, we could destroy their infrastructure for that section. If they really are holding back on how many troops they're making, that means their back lines are like a soft peach.
Yeah, but it's important that we send us agents ahead, or else we could just walk it. Because the other thing they can be doing is they could be trying to ambush us.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you mention in the video that you thought that they might be doing that in the north because they just seem like they have nothing there, and it looks very tempting.
Right.
So
well, and here's what I'm thinking. And Sinolith, of course, this will be your big department. If we send the agents there, we'll find either one of 2 things. Either we'll find that they don't have a massive buildup, which means they're probably holding off on their money, or we will find that they have a massive buildup on the front lines. Either way, I seriously think we need to strike behind their lines soon.
See.
Now, I was thinking, we have, on the south side, we have a quick reaction force ready to go within a few turns. We have their navy pushed back behind their lines. Now, if they had a large navy, maybe they have a large navy back behind there that we can't see. But even if they do, we have it pushed back far enough. We can push them back a little bit further, maybe, and land a boat behind their lines. If we could do this in the next 6 turns, it's a little risky. But see, here's my thinking: it's risk that we can handle right now because all we risk losing is our quick reaction force. And the gains that we can make from that, to be able to just lay waste to 3, 4, even 5 of their provinces,
Yep.
would be exponential. And
Definitely.
maybe even, because here's the thing, I want to do this. I want to post this up there. I had a paper where it was my admittance into graduate school is what got me in there. I was talking about what makes a good military leader, and I had an actual list of rules that a good military leader needs to follow in order to be considered a sound military leader. Duh. I have it here somewhere. Hang on.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that, and
It was a rather short list because I didn't want to bore, the people. But okay, here they are. Da-da-da-da-da. I actually wanted to post these, and every time we make a strategy, every time we decide to do something, we make sure it follows these rules. Because I can rest assured that if we're doing this, we're doing well. Okay, hang on. So here's what I got. When planning to attack a country, the attacker must assess the capabilities of the enemy army, his own forces, and both sides' allies. We don't have to worry about the allies part. If the commander does not have a significant advantage in numbers or type of soldiers, then he must not attack. Now, if we have the advantage in soldiers, or at least in numbers, if behind their lines, the one I was looking for, hang on. In addition, the commander should also understand the capabilities of his army and what they can realistically accomplish against the enemy. We know that. He must have a clear plan for supplying his troops when they invade, unless, like us, we're kind of just cutting them loose.
Yeah, we don't. Well, you don't really have to worry about supplies in Total War,
That's
except
true.
for attrition, which isn't a huge factor.
This one also. The army should never penetrate too deeply into the enemy territory with an exposed flank. But then again, we won't have much of an exposed flank if we're just laying waste to their countryside.
True.
A good strategist should try not to do too many things at one time, which is true. We shouldn't be trying to throw 8 assaults all at once. An attack should have a plan that hits the enemy hard and decisively. Once committed to an attack, it must be aggressive enough to warrant the invasion. Meaning, we should never launch an invasion half-heartedly. If we're gonna, for example, if we're gonna hit them behind the lines, we should hit them behind their lines with enough troops to do damage. We shouldn't be like, well, maybe let's just send half a stack, or if we're
No, it should be a full stack.
Yeah, if we're gonna do it, it should be a full stack of samurai.
Yep.
Is what it should be. It should be a full stack of something that can devastate that area.
But our reactionary force isn't composed of any samurai right now, right?
Sure it is.
Yeah, I think it's got some.
Yeah, on Chokosabe Island. Okay, it doesn't have to be all
I only saw
samurai,
Ashigara.
But mostly samurai.
yeah, it's got a lot of samurai on Chokosabe Island right now. I'd have to look at the actual numbers again, but I'd say at least half the stack could be samurai Yari and samurai bowman.
That'd be good.
And here's the big one I was talking about. Or I was thinking of. When choosing a plan of action, the wise strategist selects the option that gives him the best chance to complete his objective as easily as possible. They should always attack an enemy at the weakest point. It is a mistake to attack the enemy where it's strong if you can attack a weak point. Now, the adding on to that I didn't do because I don't want to bore them too much, is if they don't have a weak point, make a weak point. Now,
Yeah.
let's say we throw some troops behind their line. at the very least, this is going to draw forces away from their front to deal with us, because they cannot ignore that. They can't. They ignore, we win. We will lay waste to their entire economy. So they have to deal with it, which means that if they are bringing their forces up to the front in preparation of a strike, or if they're not making forces, you can guarantee that 90% of what they have is at the front to stop any attack we might do while they turtle to get their forces.
Yeah.
So
now here's a question. Just wondering about the way that the AI of rebels work, because I was thinking maybe we could just what we could do is we could just snatch territories and not garrison anyone in them. Would those rebels? Do the rebels retake their province and then just leave you alone?
I've never.
Or
tried
would
that.
they come after us, and that would just be extra armies we have to deal with?
Oh no!
They just stay in the
win.
province, I think.
Yeah.
Because if we could straight up just because from what I've seen with rebels in my own campaigns is they just stay in the province that they spawn in.
Right.
We could literally snatch territories from them.
And then you'd have provinces
Grab
with
a
full stack
territory,
armies
sack it, and then move on.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking. That's what I was
Yeah, we
considering.
can
Exactly.
expand our economy and then annoy his too.
Well, yeah, we literally sack the castle, burn everything to the ground. I assume it still gives you money when you burn stuff down.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you loot, you get
Yeah.
a ton of money.
Burn everything to the ground and just move on to the next one. If rebels pop up, fine. If they don't, whatever. He'll take it right back. But either way, they cannot ignore this. And either A, they are not making troops, or B, they are making troops. And most likely, either way, the majority of their troops are going to be up or near the front. Especially if they're trying to turtle to get better units. Because they're going to be afraid we're going to push.
Yep.
So, let's say we send a stack back there. We cause some havoc. It will draw troops away from the front, creating a weakened front that our already numerically superior front could then take advantage of. Maybe push in and get their fortress.
Yeah, if we could grab their fortress. Where is their fortress? Their fortress
South.
is
It's in the
south.
south.
Okay.
It's the south choke point. Both that south choke point, they have a fortress and we have a fortress.
So it's in Iga, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly.
So now I know we said we plan to turtle, and that's fine, because this is a very flexible plan. If we decide to do this, if we throw those guys back there and they cause havoc, or if they don't, we can always just say, all right, fine, we did that, and we'll drop it. But if it does pull enough troops away from the front, we should consider pushing.
Mhm.
We can always take a fortress and then turtle.
Yes, I would agree.
And it would be kind of nice, because we could take that fortress and we'll still have that choke point to fall back on if we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try and do like a few things, because we have some light cav recruited. We can just send them into their front provinces and start raiding their territory. Try to mess with them in the front and in the back. Like, until we know that we can attack, there's enough of a weak point in their front lines, maybe we can try and do that at the same time.
Right. Makes sense. And then, if nothing else, we could even use this to distract them from... I didn't even think about that. Our main goal is naval superiority. This would be an excellent distraction. This would make them forget all about naval superiority until they fix this problem.
Well, we do need the naval superiority to make this plan work.
Actually, we don't. We don't need naval superiority. We just need enough of a window to get them in there. What I was thinking was, we take a full stack. Now, we would have to suffer some attrition on the high seas. We'd have to if we want to avoid their gaze. We don't want them to see us coming. We come in low, so far down that we'll be suffering attrition. No one would expect us to just camp a ship out there. We do it just for one turn or two, long enough to get to them. You see what I'm saying? Like, we go down south, we go over so that we're away from their eyes, and then in one or two turns we shoot up directly where we want to land, and that way they don't know we're there until we're there.
Yeah.
Because if we hug the coastline, they're going to see us coming. They're going to see a ship with an army.
Well, speaking of that, where do we want to land?
That's a good question. Let me.
If we land far enough north,
nice 954, 26, 46. That area.
59, 24. Where's 24?
No, 59, 54, 26, 46.
Hang on.
Yeah, we could. Wouldn't it be more practical to drop them in a piece of land that juts out like 26?
Yes.
There's a gold mine actually on 26.
Ooh, if we could do that.
That'd be nice. Maybe
and
we
it
just try and
juts
keep
out.
it. You know what? That's another thing we could try too. Instead of like just laying total waste of the countryside, we could hit them in a province that really hurts and then just dig
Keep it.
in.
Yeah, I can get up a map with the resources.
Hang on, where's the map?
26. Yeah, if we could get 26. Yeah, it has a gold mine.
How do I get to the map?
What is?
I'm on the manual. I mean, on the encyclopedia.
Is it on the encyclopedia?
Yeah, he just said encyclopedia map.
Yeah, the encyclopedia map. It's under provinces.
Yeah.
And then you click Shogun 2 and Rise of the Samurai provinces.
I see. Oh, okay. So we're talking maybe 26?
Yeah, 26.
26 would be ideal. It's pretty low, so we could get up there very quickly, and it's got gold.
Right. So here's what I would think. We leave from Chokosabe, from like province 2. We shoot straight down. Think that's one turn of attrition. Shoot over, that's another turn of attrition, and on the third turn we come up and hit 26. I think that's a 3-turn run.
Yeah, from Key, probably about 3 turns.
So we'd suffer some attrition. I don't know if anyone knows how much attrition, but I think that the units we lose would far more be made up for by the element of surprise. Because if we hug the coast, 32, 22, 34, 59, 54, all of those are going to see us coming.
Yep.
We need to stay out of their view. Especially if we have an army on board, because unless I'm mistaken, they can tell that we have an army on board.
They
Yeah.
can.
They can.
Maybe we can send another fleet in, like on the straight path to try and distract them.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, actually, what I would think is that we would have our main fleet there to try and push them back past 26.
Okay.
Wait,
That-
even better. No, even better. We should pull our fleet back a little bit to make them think
Yeah.
we're retreating, so that they're really not expecting it. But like we could have it like where we pull back a little bit, but we're still kind of where we can see what's going on. But whatever the case is, we want them to focus on that fleet, not the 2 ships suffering attrition down in the south.
Yeah.
Now, there is an element of risk to this, because unless we want to send a full stack of ships over there, if they find it, we have to run or we're screwed.
I mean, worst
Pretty
case
much.
scenario, we lose our quick reaction force.
Right. Which is
Well,
what
and
I don't think that hinders our plan way too much. We still can turtle and hold. I mean, it's not ideal, but I think we could still continue and onward to win, even if we lost our quick reaction force. It's not something that would lose us the game.
agreed.
And we get a bunch of income back.
Yeah, that too.
Also, I think that we should be using this time, the turn or 2 that we'll have, because we'll have a very small window, to get our agents as much experience as possible. We slaughtered their agents. We need to try and keep our better agents up, because
I would say, I would say push a majority, like not a majority, but maybe half or a little bit more of our agents into their line. Get as many missions done as you can while we have this opening.
Because here's what we want to do.
And also, at the same time, we're scouting to see what they're if they're building
Right.
up or what they're doing.
Right. Because right now, they make new agents, they're going to be less skilled than what we have now. And if we can keep this, if we can keep our better agents killing their new agents, we could win the agent war. We could make it so that every time they pop out with a new agent, it can't touch our agents.
Yeah, exactly. If all our agents are, even if all our agents are like level 3, then it's going to be very hard for their level 1 agents to go up against our level 3 agents.
I mean, we could almost have free reign of their country if we could do that.
Exactly.
I'm not suggesting it would be that easy, but it's
No,
definitely
but-
something we should shoot for.
Yeah.
Well, if we do that, we can start having revolts with our monks.
Mm-hmm.
Here,
Yeah.
I found a map that has all the resources in each province. If you like, scroll over it.
So here's what I'm thinking, and guys, and if you have counter suggestions, of course, Sinolith, pull up a plan for an invasion within the next 6 turns.
Okay.
Hitting, I guess, 26. 26 looks like such a sweet spot. Annex, give us a plan on the agents. What are we going to do with them exactly? I mean, we know the basics. We're going to push about at least half them forward. Tell me who to send.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at the pictures.
And then, and if you want, you can just say this Metsuke or that Metsuke, or you could say whichever one has the highest this or that. I also think that we should have maybe keep 1 or 2 ninjas kind of near the front that are decent at sabotage, because we want to be able to sabotage their army.
Yeah.
In case they decide to make a move. And then, you know, this makes even more sense. If we pull back our navy and try and avoid engagements for the next 5 turns until we get fire arrows, they're going to think that we're pulling back because we lost the battle. They are not going to expect a ship coming from the south.
You know,
yeah, because... Sorry, go ahead.
Just from looking at this map, I'd say they're probably in a worse economic situation than us, because this map shows the fertility of each province. Mm-hmm. Their provinces look... I think they only have three dark green provinces, and we have 4. So, I don't know. But they do have another extra gold, so... I don't know, it's probably about
when we were splitting up the map, they actually had more money than we did. But that part of that could have been through internal trade or whatnot. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, who knows? I'm gonna try and pull up the our. By the way, all the photos are up on PhotoBucket session 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
In fact, they were done the first day. I forgot to tell you guys. But yeah, all 80-something of them. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. This time I did 3 photos for I did 2 photos for every province, which was what buildings we had and what we could recruit, and any province that had army, I put another photo for that. I'm sorry, I'm not renaming 82 photos next time. I'm going to leave out what we can recruit unless you specifically ask for it, because that is just a lot. And plus I also had province photos. Like basically just photos of the main map, what's going on in the map. Now, I'm going to take a picture of... I'm looking at the picture of Chokosabe Island to see exactly what we have there. As far as quick reaction force. Well, it's kind of hard to say because our quick reaction force is still mostly on the ships. But we have almost a full stack headed straight for the island. We have about half a stack there. We will more than enough to have a strike force. And unless I'm sadly forgetting... I would say a good half of that will be good unit samurai. Now, then the question becomes, do we want to lay waste, or do we want to bunker down in 26? Or maybe we could try something like, heck, we could do something like hit 26, leave our samurai in 26, and then with our Ashigaru, just try and lay waste to a couple more provinces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe even the provinces surrounding it, so that they have to get through those before they can get to us.
Yep.
I'm not sure exactly. I think if they don't actually have anything made, we could take 26 and then... other map. One sec. Take 26 and then cut our force in half, take 54 and 46 the next turn, and then retreat into 26. Like, actually take the provinces and sack them.
We could do that.
Back.
And then retreat. And then 26 is going to hurt them. We're talking like, what, 2,500 a turn, right?
Yeah, that's how much you get for a gold mine. Fully upgraded.
Yep. Well, it's not fully upgraded, so let's say 1,000.
It's probably about... Well, if they upgraded it, which I'm guessing they would have,
right.
It'd be at 1,800 a turn.
And that's substantial, especially for us right now when we have low income.
Yeah. So. And then sacking the settlements will get us a lot more.
It'll hurt their economy too, and most importantly, it'll keep them distracted from our navies, hopefully, long enough for us to make our fire arrows.
Yeah. Plus, with the 2 rebel provinces, they'll put a buffer between us and them retaking.
With the daimyo honor system in Shogun 2, is that actually going to make our provinces mad if we get dishonorable?
Well, it depends what our daimyo's honor is already. I think it makes 1 or 2 go away, but
I think we have 3.
oh.
Well,
Can we establish vassals in this, or do you guys not want to?
No, we're not
Okay.
establishing vassals.
We may not want to do that then. Yeah.
Ah, man. See, I thought I forgot that it really mattered to our own provinces, because who cares what our honor is to everyone else? We're at war with them. But I forgot that
Yeah.
our own provinces care. Well, we can still take them over. Maybe not loot them, but take them over, and then you can take over a province.
Yeah,
Wait a
occupying
turn.
them just won't give us the big bonus from sacking
Well,
them.
But
Well,
we
you
can
could-
still burn everything down and get the money
Yeah,
that way.
you can
Yeah,
still
then we
destroy
just
the
abandon it.
buildings. Yeah,
And
you
you
just
you do get money from destroyed buildings, unless I'm mistaken.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do.
Or do you in this one? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Either way, even if we don't get the money boost, we're hurting their economy. It's still worth
Yeah.
it to do.
Yeah.
And we could try sacking just one. I don't think it's going to drop your honor that greatly, is it? You know
No, I
what?
think
Someone,
you actually have to sack a. Someone should do a test.
yeah, I was going to say someone should do a test and see how badly it works, or how
Alright,
badly it affects your own territory.
I'll boot up Shogun right now.
And see how badly it affects our own territories.
This may take a while.
Yeah, Shogun slow booting.
Well, you don't
Yeah.
need to get it done in the war council. We can just you
Yeah.
can just shoot us a message later and say, hey, this is what I found.
No, I'll be
Um,
fine.
But okay, so problems. Anyone see problems with this strategy?
As unlikely
well-
as it is, what if they actually have it garrisoned?
26.
Yes.
Then we hit 46. The good part about that is that when we come up, we can choose where to land.
Yeah.
What
Fair
if they destroy our navy then? Like, what kind of navy do we want to make sure that we will win the battle if they do find it?
No, that's the thing, though. This is going to be
No.
kind of a they can't find it.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
why
well,
we're down
worst
south.
case scenario.
Worst case scenario, we lose our quick reaction force. I
Yeah.
cannot justify sending a full stack of ships to attrition in the Southern Sea.
No.
Okay.
We need naval superiority.
And we also need to keep them visible. If they think that if our half our navy suddenly goes missing, they're going to wonder where it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, then what do we want to be the distraction navy that's going to be attacking their coastline?
The ones in the south.
Yeah, I know,
we
but
already
what
hit,
do we want that to be? Okay.
They're all
like, I was wondering if
Bokovan.
you wanted me to make some medium boons or something.
Oh no!
like, in
You don't
construction.
understand. We're going to be hitting them within the next 6 sessions. So any
Oh,
ships we make are going to take too long to get to them. We're
Okay.
pretty much going to have to use what navy we have now. Plus, we don't really have the money to be building a whole new navy.
True.
No, we don't.
I'm going to try and repair the damaged ships we have in the north, unless you have an objection against that, because we need to repair them. But that alone is going to cost some funds.
Yeah.
No, if we tried to make some medium boons and stuff, I mean, you're talking 2 turns at least to make it. That's if we don't have to upgrade the ports. And then another 2 turns maybe to get them to the area. That's 4 turns. We're almost hitting them by then. So my thinking is we use the navy we got, most of them to run distraction, 2 or 3 ships down the south. 2 or 3 ships so that maybe we have a running chance or something. And then when we go up north towards 26, what I'll do is I'll come in real careful and I'll be like, okay, 26 is garrison, maybe I can hit 46. Maybe I can hit 54. Maybe I can hit 31. Or 59 if I have to. The one thing is we'll have to try and strike a place that also doesn't have a huge garrison close, because you realize it'll take 1 turn to offload them and then 1 turn to siege.
Yeah.
So we got to hope that not only do they not have 26 garrison, but they don't have anything within striking distance of a turn that's strong enough to be a threat. In fact, you know what would be great? I don't know exactly how far our navy is, but if we could push our navy in the first 2 turns and whatnot to 26 to see what they have there and then pull back, we can be relatively assured that what they have there is not going to change too drastically within a few turns.
It's possible.
I was gonna say before, it seemed a little ambitious to actually push them past 26.
Yeah, it does. Especially since we have them around 32 right now. Well, still, I honestly think 26 is far enough away that they're not going to be expecting a full stack. Well, what just happened? Did we lose someone?
What?
Did we? What?
Yeah, there's a connection problem with this call, but apparently I'm still talking to all of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, we lost Senelith.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No! He'll be back. He'll always
Darn it,
be
Skype.
back.
Maybe he'll never be back. Maybe someone killed
Damn it.
him. Oh no.
Maybe it's part of the East Clan!
No!
Damn them.
That
Oh,
is the worst name on the planet.
I know,
East
right?
Clan.
We have to win now.
I mean, obviously no one's gonna
We have
root
to
for them. I mean, if someone asks you, so do you like the Waddling Ducks or the East Clan? I mean, it's kind of an obvious answer.
And look at our flag. It's just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back. We knew you'd
I
be
like
back.
my
We
internet.
we were afraid that maybe an agent of the East Clan was trying to off our members.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a nice little fan. I blocked his kunai and stabbed him in the face.
Okay, what about the north? What do we want to do up there? Obviously, remember, we don't want to try and do too many things at once, so I would say turtling's in order, but...
We want to try to not die.
Well, do we
Yeah.
want to put up the pressure so they can't make more of an... I don't know. Never mind.
I would say probably the best thing to do is to bring everything we've got up to the northern front in the ocean, so that, yes, they've got medium boons, but we have so many numbers, they don't want to mess with it.
Well,
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
except for the navies that we use in the south.
No, well, I'm saying our northern navies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put everything up to pressure them?
Well, not so much to pressure them, but to make
Win.
a target that's too...
Puff our chest out, pretty much.
Pretty much.
We don't want to try to pressure the superior force. We just want to blockade our own area.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can't-
We want to make ourselves too tough a target to attack. We don't want to be tempting. In other words, let's say they have 10 ships. We want to throw 16 ships out there all at once, so they just don't want to mess with it.
Here's a question. If
Mhm.
they just see our numbers, can they tell what types of ships we have?
Nope. Not unless they're
So-
really close.
Well, I
Yeah,
think you
so-
see the type of ship before you see the numbers, right?
Well,
Well, yeah, but if they're unless they're really close to us, all they're going to see are question marks.
yeah. So we don't even need a lot of medium boons. We could just pump out a bunch of Bokobaya. They don't really know what those are.
You guys keep.
I mean-
you guys got to remember, we can't pump out much of anything right now.
That's a good point.
I mean, I would say that if we can, and honestly, I don't think any of our ports. Oh, there it goes again. I don't think any of our ports can make medium boons except for what's on the Shimazu Island, which I need to look into because I'm seriously curious as to how they got so many medium boons so quickly.
Well, remember when I said the starting off trading port that we had, you didn't want to upgrade it right away?
Uh huh.
Maybe they did start upgrading it right away, and that's how
No,
they
they
got
didn't have a trading port to start. With.
Oh, well, how'd they get the trading spot? Okay, never mind.
They don't have a trading spot.
Okay, I thought the one all the way in the north.
No, remember the only trading spot that anyone has is us, and that's to be considered not existent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who thinks it's going to be so interesting when this is over to go back and watch their side of it?
Oh, I'm gonna be thrilled.
Yeah. It'll be like a whole entire new perspective.
Mm-hmm. Which is why we chose not to have each other on the call during the session. In other words, why I'm not on the call with Rebel while we're doing it, because it does create an entirely new perspective,
Yeah.
which should make it really interesting for the people watching this.
Yep. It's like two completely different LPs.
However, I will stress this. No one on our team, because, you know, we're waiting 5 sessions at least before we start posting these on YouTube to try and avoid the people informing both sides. That does not mean that once they start going up, we can start going and watching.
No, obviously not.
I mean, I just want to make this clear to everyone that, oh, poor Sin. But yeah, we cannot watch their stuff until it's over.
Yep, obviously. That would just not be fair.
Because, I mean, even us, we're talking about far-reaching strategies.
Yeah, we are.
So,
And I'm sure they're doing the same.
so my thinking is, hang on, going back to the map up north. And, of course, people on YouTube's You might want to find a picture of the map with the numbers so that you can follow along with us if you want.
Yeah.
So you know what the hell we're talking.
If you have Shogun 2, you can actually just open up the encyclopedia.
Right.
But I'm sure you could find it on Google as well.
Right now, our front is right around 63. We have our ships right around 63. Now, what I'm saying is we put all of our ships, all of our Bokobaya that we have right now at 63 to keep them from pushing back into our territory. And in fact, what we should we should make it so that if they want to attack one stack, they're going to have to mess with all of them because they have the superior ships. I believe we have the superior numbers.
Yeah, that's our advantage. Well, I'm pretty darn sure we have superior numbers because, like I stated in the last War Council, almost all our provinces are coastal. So, and they have a lot fewer coastal provinces. So,
and so even if we can't win in the fights, we want them to think they can't win either. And all we got to do is hold them off for 5 turns. We'll have our fire arrows, and then honestly, and I'll practice on it, but that could make our fleet of Bokabayas better than their fleet of medium boons.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, and then we can start getting our naval dominance. And I think if we do this well, everything will work perfectly. Our little invasion plan to get behind their lines will keep them distracted on the land long enough for us to get our fire arrows and regroup in the Navy section and start pushing in the Navy section. While they're trying to take care of all the stuff that we're wrecking havoc behind their lines, we'll continue to push their boats back.
Well, here's another thought. Even if they do attack our ships in the north, if we have superior numbers, we might lose the battle, but I think we'll hurt them enough that they're not going to be able to do much with their victory.
I'll try.
Yeah, after that one battle, I'm not sure if we did much damage to them, though.
We got two of our ships back, at least.
Yeah. If we have far superior numbers, and I have no idea what you guys are talking about because I didn't see the second half of the session.
We got a little.
I got my butt kicked. I got my butt kicked pretty hard.
Well, maybe we should practice some more naval battles.
But and we were doing that the other day, and we'll do it later this week as well. But the simple truth is, and even they were saying it, if you don't have fire arrows, an army of Bokaboya going up against an equal army with medium boons in it, not going to end well.
It's a very difficult matchup.
So, but once we get the fire arrows, that's a whole different story.
And we're not too far away from that. So
what I will do, since we will have the ability to produce more ships than they can, if they do decide to attack, what I will do is I will wolf pack their medium boons. In other words, we may lose the fight, but I will send everything I have straight to their boons and concentrate on their boons and at least take their boons out.
Yep.
But here's the thing. I have to take it out. I can't just make it surrender, because if I lose, they just get it right back.
Yep.
And
you gotta blow it up.
And I don't think you can blow it up without fire arrows.
Well, they surrender, we actually get the ships.
Yes.
Only
only if you win.
Yeah.
True.
We could try and make it rout. If it starts routing, we could just let it go, because if I remember correctly, if it routes, it's gone forever.
No, I think when they route if they have the path of escape, they'll just kind of.
So never mind. I mean, honestly, until we have fire arrows, a way to destroy their ships, it's kind of a moot point. And once we have fire arrows anyway, we could probably win the fight.
Exactly. So it's not a big deal.
So we basically just turtle for another 5 turns and hope they don't see through it.
Maybe we should change our name to the Turtle Clan. Seeing as that's
Waddling turtles.
But we're not turtling. That operation in the south is anything but.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. That's a move of a duck. Obviously.
Yes, we're ducking.
It's a new term, ducking.
Actually, ducking's an old term. We're just kind of changing what it means.
Yeah. Ducking means to squat generally, but quickly. Squat quickly.
Yes. Indeed.
But this time we're attacking them in an area where they're not prepared to be attacked.
So what do you think, Duke?
He's here?
Give us your insight.
On everything? On corn?
Just everything we've covered in the past 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
You tried doing paperwork.
I will
Also
probably
been
get with you later and give you the ins and outs. But basically, we're gonna try an invasion behind their lines next session.
Also, internet problems for like the past 2 hours.
We're messing with you.
that
It's
sucks.
fine. If you're alive, then it's good enough.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I already have a file on all of you.
It's not us you have to be worried about. It's the
Got a file on them,
inappropriately
too.
named East Clan.
Got a file on all of them too. Don't worry.
Oh, it was funny.
So-called East Clan.
You should see some of the banters Rebel and I have. It was great. He was
Take
saying
your
something.
ball and go home.
He was saying something, and I was like, "Yep. Shouldn't you be buying agents?" And he's like, "Shouldn't you be making ships?" And I was like, "I thought I had you for that. You make them, and I just take them when you run like a little girl." And he's like, those were your men on the ship. They just surrendered. No, what did he say? He said, well, those ships just surrendered when the fight started. I was like, so I guess loyalty's not a priority in the East Clan, is it? He's like, those were your men. I was like, if you're calling people on your boats my men, this is going to be a lot shorter than we thought.
Yeah, if all your seamen are my men.
If you're already just assuming that people on your units are my men, hey.
You're obviously not doing a very good job in the PR department.
Like, what exactly do you tell your people anyway?
Yes, you are squeeze.
Well then.
Now, one little piece of advice or little information I gleaned from them, because I will not cheat, I will not watch their stuff, but anything they tell me is fair game, especially since, half of it is all lies.
Yeah.
Rebel was trying to say that we did them a favor by taking out our agents because the new agents they make will be stronger.
Yeah.
Even if that's true, they are not going to be stronger than what we have right now.
Yeah, they'll be one level higher. There's no way they could have leveled chain buildings up like really high, even especially if they're having the same.
We are
economy
7
problems
turns.
we're having.
We are 7 turns into this. There's no way that in 7 turns you could level it up that high. It's just
Yeah,
not possible.
no way.
So
You could maybe level it up once or
they
twice.
could be
if
making
you
level
were-
1 Mitsuke probably. And we
yeah.
already have level 1 and some. So
Yeah.
if we can get our units up to
I
level
think
2,
don't we have a few level 2s?
I think just level 1s maybe level 2. We'd have to see. But
Seeing
Pretty sure we did have a couple level 2s.
but you know what we should do? We should take those level 2s and go hunting.
exactly.
No,
Okay.
no, Duke.
What? Oh, no.
Oh no.
That's all right. We're pretty much done. Anyone else have anything you want to bring up before the Duke goes the way of the dodo?
I
Tell
just
them to
checked.
stop sending ninjas after Duke and I.
Yeah. They're
I
DD.
just-
They're DOSing you.
Okay, well, unless anyone has anything they want to bring up during the council, of course, it's Monday, so we have plenty of time for everyone to make plans. You can, of course, send me PMs or anyone PMs if we need to figure stuff out. All the pictures, all 82 of them, are up on PhotoBucket if you need them. They're all aptly named, the province name and what it is, if it's the buildings, the recruit ability, or the army that's actually in there.
Oh,
I just
Can you-
checked in Shogun, and it seems like for every province you lose 1 honor.
1 honor is not that bad. We could loot 26 maybe.
Oh, I thought you meant 26 provinces.
No, yeah, because that's how much honor we have. How badly would that affect our places? Because you have to understand.
Well, don't we want to keep 26? Because that has
No.
a gold mine?
Right. So but still, we loot it and keep it.
As far behind their lines as it is, I'm not sure how long we could keep it,
Right.
depending
Yeah,
on how many forces they divert from
We
the
might
front.
be better off just destroying it
Yeah, but the honor.
and moving on, and then destroying
Here's
as
the thing:
much
we
more
have
as
to be
we can.
we have to be really careful. If someone could run a test on that to see how badly, like for example, get some territories that are fairly happy with you, happy enough that you don't actually have to keep a garrison in them beyond the vanilla, or beyond what a stronghold gives you, and then loot something and see if it goes badly for us. Because I would say 2/3 of our country has no units.
Yeah.
And it would be really bad if everyone started hating us because we looted 26.
I think you have to loot a few cities before it starts affecting your honor, but I'm not sure.
But if we start out with 3...
I think you get a few freebies, but I'm not sure.
Oh, have we upgraded the when your general levels up? There's the one thing that increases the honor. Maybe we can try to gun for that one.
I don't know. We'd have to look.
But in order for our generals to level up, we have to fight. And
Yeah.
That could be risky.
Yeah, that's a bit risky. And I know I didn't concentrate on honor that much because it wasn't really necessary for diplomacy reasons.
I'll just start a new game today, and the first province I take, I'll sack it and see if that makes the honor go down.
Alright.
Well, I just did that. Every one you sack, you lose 1 honor.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay, but how much does it doesn't matter how much honor we lose. How much does your honor affect your people's happiness?
It does affect it. I do know that. I know
it does affect it, but is it to a point where it's going to be a problem?
Right. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to find, you know what, I could probably even load up my old Tokugawa, well, but the Tokugawa ones, they have a natural bonus for that kind of thing.
I have one as the Shimazu where I own pretty much half the half we have.
Yeah, and there's got to be several of your provinces that are happy enough with you that you can just take your units out of them, then go sack someone and see what happens to them.
Yeah.
And then we'll decide from then on if the money we get from it's worth it, or do we just take it, hold it a few turns, burn everything to the ground, and cut our losses. Also, we should also think, Sinaleth, I mean, I guess you're just going to have to strategize or whatnot, but it would be nice to have an extraction plan if possible. Or should we just say, cut our losses, this group is done for, do what damage it can? I kind of leave that into you, up to you.
Call it a helicopter.
I'll just ask everyone right now. Do you think we should just have that stack go and take as many provinces as we can? Or do you think we should get them out of there?
I personally think it should burn as much as it can before it goes out.
Yeah. I mean, we have enough troops besides that. I mean, that was a reserve army anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that if they don't have a garrison really nearby, we could take like 5 provinces before they can react. So,
right. Especially if we keep moving away from them.
Yep. Just move on up to the...
If we move on up to their back, just move away from their line. I mean, they're going to have stacks that are going to be like 2 or 3.
But they're not going to want to take us on with 2 or 3 stacks of 2 or 3. They're going to try and merge them all, which will take time. And if we can hit them while they're trying to merge, we can just prolong the whole ordeal and take out a lot of their units. I mean, if you think about it, it's not just taking out their land; it's taking out their stacks of 2 or 3.
Yeah, because if we take out several stacks of 2 or 3, that's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
We could take out a whole stack over, the course of 5 turns.
So, I think we're done for the most part. Just we'll drop the plans, and then of course anyone can contact me, send me a message. I'll get back to you within the same day if you need anything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Well then, woohoo! Glory to the waddling ducks.
Glory to the waddling ducks.
Bye.
Sayonara.
Hasta la vista, baby.
I think it ended already.
No. I was waiting for everyone to say goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Dude.
Oh, he's still having internet problems. We called an ambulance.
Well, he could type goodbye. Type it!
We called an internet ambulance.
Okay, there we go. He typed.
Oh, they just laughed at him.
He typed bay.
Bye, whatever. You give him credit for what he can do.
Oh, now bay with extra exclamation marks. Bay!
Bye, everyone.